Welcome. You are on the channel AI Astrologer. Today we begin a fascinating journey into the world of the zodiac signs. We've all heard phrases like, "I'm a Leo," or "I'm a Pisces." But where did these signs come from? Why do the dates sometimes not match? And are there really only 12 of them? Traditionally, yes. But if you look at the sky through the eyes of astronomers, the sun doesn't pass through 12 constellations. It passes through 13. And among them is one that is rarely mentioned, Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. So today, we'll explore the history of the zodiac, discover why the calendar and the sky don't always agree, and meet all 13 signs. The first ideas of the zodiac appeared in Babylon about 5 centuries before our era. They divided the path of the sun across the sky into 12 equal parts. It was more of a calendar, used to know when to plant, when to harvest, and when to hold festivals. Later, the Greeks adopted this system and added their mythology. Instead of plain divisions, we got symbols: Leo, Pisces, Libra, and the rest. In ancient Egypt, and even earlier among the Sumerians, there were also star maps. But it was the Babylonian system that became the foundation of what we now call the zodiac. Other cultures had their own cycles. In China, for example, a 12-year cycle of animals arose, not connected to the stars, but still giving meaning and rhythm to time through symbols. And here's another important fact. The Earth's axis slowly wobbles, like a giant spinning top. Because of this, the stars gradually shift in the sky. And now, calendar zodiac signs don't line up exactly with where the sun really is. We are used to 12 zodiac signs, each covering about 1 month in the calendar. But in the sky, things look different. The sun passes through 13 constellations, and one of them is Ophiuchus. The time spent in each sign is also uneven. The sun stays in Virgo for over 40 days, but in Scorpio for only about a week. So don't be surprised if by calendar you are a Cancer, but by the sky, you're actually a Leo. This happens because of the slow wobble of Earth's axis, which shifted the constellations relative to the calendar. From time to time, the media explodes with a new zodiac sign discovered. But the truth is, NASA never changed the zodiac. They only reminded us that the sun really passes through 13 constellations, and one of them is Ophiuchus. Most astrologers know about this, or at least have heard of it, but they often avoid mentioning it, to keep the traditional system intact. What do you think? Should astrological forecasts follow the real dates of the sun in the constellations? Or should we stay true to the traditional 12 signs that humanity has followed for thousands of years? Does Ophiuchus change the game? Or does the wisdom of the ancients remain unshaken? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video. Now let's look more closely at each sign and discover the stories and symbols behind them. Aries. Traditional dates: March 21st to April 19th. Astronomical dates: April 19th to May 13th. Element: fire. The symbol of this sign is the golden ram, a mark of awakening and strength. Aries people are energetic, decisive, and impulsive. This sign represents the start of spring and courage. In myths, the golden ram saved Phrixus and Helle. And by the sky, Aries actually begins almost a month later than the calendar says. Taurus. Traditional dates: April 20th to May 20th. Astronomical dates: May 14th to June 21st. Element: earth. The symbol of Taurus is the bull, representing fertility and stability. Taurus people are practical, steady, and love comfort. In Greek mythology, the bull is Zeus himself, who abducted Europa. The sun enters Taurus in mid-May, later than the traditional dates. Gemini. Traditional dates: May 21st to June 21st. Astronomical dates: June 22nd to July 20th. Element: air. The symbol of Gemini is the twins Castor and Pollux, representing duality. Geminis are sociable, curious, and adaptable. In myths, the brothers remained together even after death and were placed in the sky as a constellation. Astronomically, the sun is in Gemini during the summer, not in late spring as calendars show. Cancer. Traditional dates: June 22nd to July 22nd. Astronomical dates: July 21st to August 10th. Element: water. The symbol of Cancer is the crab from the myth of Hercules and the Hydra. Cancers are sensitive, caring, and family-oriented. In myths, Hera sent the crab to fight Hercules, and even though it was crushed, it was placed among the stars. By the sky, Cancer starts at the end of July, when the calendar already shows Leo. Leo. Traditional dates: July 23rd to August 22nd. Astronomical dates: August 11th to September 16th. Element: fire. The symbol of Leo is the Nemean lion. Leos are confident, generous, and love leadership. In myths, this lion had an impenetrable hide and was defeated only by Hercules. Astronomically, the sun is in Leo from August to mid-September. Virgo. Traditional dates: August 23rd to September 22nd. Astronomical dates: September 17th to October 31st. Element: earth. The symbol of Virgo is the goddess of harvest, Demeter or Astrea. Holding wheat, Virgos are attentive, practical, and analytical. Virgo is the largest zodiac constellation, and the sun stays here the longest, over 40 days. Libra. Traditional dates: September 23rd to October 23rd. Astronomical dates: November 1st to November 23rd. Element: air. The symbol of Libra is the scales, a sign of balance and justice. Libras are diplomatic, artistic, and seek harmony. This is the only sign represented by an object rather than a living being. In myths, the scales are linked to the goddess Themis. The sun passes here only in November. Scorpio. Traditional dates: October 24th to November 21st. Astronomical dates: November 24th to November 29th. Element: water. The symbol of Scorpio is the scorpion that killed Orion. Scorpios are deep, intense, and transformative. In the myth, both Orion and the scorpion were placed in the sky so they would never rise together. The sun stays in Scorpio for only about a week, making it the shortest zodiac sign. Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. Traditional dates: none in classical astrology. Astronomical dates: November 30th to December 17th. The symbol is a man holding a serpent. In myths, this is Asclepius, the god of medicine. Ophiuchus is associated with wisdom, healing, and seeking truth. The sun passes here at the end of autumn and the beginning of winter. Some say it should be the 13th sign. Does it change the whole picture? That is for us to wonder. Sagittarius. Traditional dates: November 22nd to December 21st. Astronomical dates: December 18th to January 19th. Element: fire. The symbol of Sagittarius is a centaur with a bow, often linked to the wise teacher Chiron. Sagittarians are optimistic, philosophical, and freedom-loving. They are seekers of knowledge and travel. The sun enters Sagittarius in late December. Capricorn. Traditional dates: December 22nd to January 19th. Astronomical dates: January 20th to February 15th. Element: Earth. The symbol of Capricorn is the goat with a fish's tail, linked to the god Pan. Capricorns are disciplined, resilient, and ambitious. In myth, Pan jumped into a river to escape a monster, half transforming into a fish. The sun is here from late January to mid-February. Aquarius. Traditional dates: January 20th to February 18th. Astronomical dates: February 16th to March 11th. Element: Air. The symbol of Aquarius is a young man pouring water. In myth, Ganymede. Aquarians are friendly, original, and inventive. They represent ideas of the future and renewal. The sun enters Aquarius in mid-February. Pisces. Traditional dates: February 19th to March 20th. Astronomical dates: March 12th to April 18th. Element: Water. The symbol of Pisces is two fish who saved Aphrodite and Eros. Pisces are sensitive, imaginative, and compassionate. They represent intuition and spirituality. In myth, the goddess and her son transformed into fish to escape the monster Typhon. The sun enters Pisces only in mid-March. We have traveled from ancient Babylonians to the modern sky, from 12 traditional signs to 13 constellations, and now we know that the calendar and the heavens tell different stories. What do you think? Have you ever felt that your horoscope didn't quite match your personality, or noticed such a mismatch in others? And what about Ophiuchus? Maybe you or someone you know was actually born under this sign. Do you feel something unique about it? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There is much more fascinating content ahead.